All right. All right, I believe we are live. Anyways, guys, my name is Brandon, aka the Brando Critic, and today we'll be doing a watch-along commentary track for Jurassic Park. Yes, that's why I have this shirt on. And I wanted to do Jurassic Park today because a couple days ago I was supposed to be in Universal Studios, but due to COVID-19, I had to postpone my trip. So I decided I want to, relive that Universal Studios experience and watch a film that I didn't actually like as a kid. And then I watched it, throughout the years, and I've started to grow a real big appreciation for it. And I thought this would be a great time to watch it because I was thinking about doing a Jurassic Park ranking list because I haven't actually seen Jurassic Park 3, and I've never seen Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Lost World I've seen once a long time ago. Wasn't the biggest fan of it, but you know what? Who knows through the passage of time. And Jurassic World, it's a flip-flopping movie for me. Sometimes I think about it and I think that I love it, and then there's other times where I'm like, it's okay. So I thought this would be a great refresher, and if you guys are watching on the replay, thank you so much. I have the timer here so that you guys can queue up the movie at the same time, and if you guys are here live in the chat, which it seems like there are quite a few people here, or there were quite a few people here anyways, then definitely be talking in the chat. I'll be looking at the chat throughout the entire movie, talking with you guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about the movie, about the YouTube channel, about anything, no matter how weird or random they are, bring them on. So hopefully you guys get your drinks ready, get your snacks ready, get your copy of the movie ready. Let's watch Jurassic Park. So hopefully you guys are all having a good time. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right. Headphones were being a bit wonky there. Okay, Universal Pictures presents. Also, you gotta love this text, right? You guys can hear me all right too, right? There's a one watch along for Kingsman that Jurassic Park. That text is just so iconic, right? So hopefully you guys can hear me. And you know what? I'm thankful that we have so many people here already. It seems like a lot of people like this movie. In the chat, if you guys are here, tell me, is this the first time you guys are seeing this movie? If that's you, let me know. So you'll notice that in this movie, Steven Spielberg really likes the spotlight effect. And you definitely see it in this opening scene. You see it throughout the movie. And I'll say hi to everyone here. How's it going, Cam? That one guy, Steven, Roberts, Make the Cut, Gavin, Evan, Sean, Celeste, Movie Man Cave, Evan. I said Evan already, I think. Yeah, how's it going, everyone? So anyways, I'll read some comments here while this opening scene will take place. Let you guys get a little bit of a feel for the story. It's funny because I think I watched this movie when I was about 6 or 7 years old, and that was around 2002 to 2003, and I didn't like it that much. And I mean, I don't know, like when this movie came out, I wasn't even born yet, right? So, but throughout the years, people talking about it, going to the theme parks, going to film school, and just growing more, having more of an appreciation for films, I'm starting to realize, okay, I can understand how fun and how great of a movie Jurassic Park is. So anyways. Yeah, Celeste, I saw your Disney playlist. I just didn't understand it at first, that's all. But I messaged you back on YouTube. You didn't respond. But thanks, man. Movie Man Cave, what's going on, dude? Yeah. Oakville, Ontario. Hey, Canada. Cheers to that. You know what's funny, though? Interesting fact about me. And see, this is actually a pretty dark way to open your film. You get to see the pure terror of dinosaurs, and then you have this close-up here. Shooter! Hasn't happened yet, but Nice little reveal of the dinosaur eye. Yeah, that. Shooter! It's funny, the first movie I ever saw in theaters was Dinosaur. So, yeah. And you know what? Even today, like, even as an adult, I think the scene was just so rushed, and like when I showed my sister for the first time last year, she didn't understand this scene at all because it just kind of happens, right? It's not the most visual, it's not the most dynamic, and call me a racist, but you're getting all the information from an accent that's harder to understand for most people. I understand what he's saying, right? But anyways, but yes, yeah. But yeah, it's funny. I've actually never been to a drive-in before. We have one here. It's called the Twilight Drive-in in Abbotsford, British Columbia. But yeah. Have you seen the new Lego Harry Potter sets revealed today? No, dude. I Legos before I don't really pay attention to Lego anymore. See, look, here's our spotlight again. See, like, if we get two guys to sign off on the island, the insurance guys will back off. But I don't know, like, this information, it kind of comes and goes. I feel like the exposition and kind of like the first act of the movie, when you're trying to learn all about these things, I think it's not the best. As soon as, Hammond gets Alan Grant and Laura Dern's character. Oh boy. It's live, Brandon. You're a film expert, you should know these things. No, but anyways, once their characters start to learn about Jurassic Park, that's when it gets, you introduce Malcolm, you introduce Wayne Knight's character. Also, this is the scene that makes archaeologists, like, want to hurl. Because, oh, this movie's so unrealistic. This is how, like, dinosaurs are found in the, they're found in the desert. Also, this is a great scene because he just totally just grabs Laura Dern's ass right here. Hello! Oh, whoops. But yeah. But this scene is great when he intimidates the little kid, who, that's perfect casting just from a visual standpoint, because that kid just looks like that one kid in every single elementary school where you're like, oh, shut up, like, Joel. You think you're so tough? Ellie Sadler, right. Oh, jeez. What a time to forget that on live. Great. And don't judge me, it's a Rise of Skywalker cup. But I have had people say, oh, I hate this movie because it's so unrealistic. Like, you wouldn't have dinosaurs be found like that. Well, dinosaurs wouldn't be real. It's like such a weird thing to, like, get so uppity about. It's like, this is a movie about bringing dinosaurs back to life. It's not real. It's just a movie. But yeah, dude, Gavin, this is even though it's a film I didn't grow up watching, it's still it has those movie magic moments for sure. I heard that this role, also that voice coming out of that kid, I'll quote Letter Media here. He's so ugly. But this is a great scene. So much characterization and exposition at the same time. Man. This scene is just so good. Boom.
That's not very scary. It's like a 6-foot turkey.
Sliced. Number 1, you learn about the dinosaurs, about the raptors. Number 2, you learn that Alan Grant hates kids. 3, you do it in a way that is visual and mysterious and exciting and entertaining and intriguing. And I'll quote Red Letter Media again, this is what they used to call a movie. You know? Also, to all the guys in the chat, is Laura Dern attractive in this movie? I used to think so as a kid. I don't know. I love that joke where it's like when you finally take it out and it shows that one shot of Ellie Sattler going. Juvenile humor. Yeah. Yeah. It's all good, Cam. You can you can comment on your phone. If you want to message me, you can use your phone for it. But yeah, this scene also, it's like, for some reason I never got it as a kid. Maybe just because they were just talking about it. But I don't know, John Hammond kind of reminds me of that, like, that uplifting, childlike old man. Kind of like that Walt Disney, right? That Walt Disney levels. They're expensive and they smell. I don't think Laura Scene is attractive in any movie either. But that's because I don't know who Laura Scene is. Just a shot at your autocorrect. Laura Dern screams in this movie. Here it is. Spared no expense. Oh, burn. Small version of adults, honey. It's like, do kids care about any of this crap? Lawyers? Investors? I don't really, like, you know what I mean? Endorsement? What's that? Sedule. Paleobotanist. It's funny that our main characters go on this whole adventure just because they're willing to get paid for it. You know, it's for a further 3 years. It's very natural. Of course they want to take the money. They're archaeologists. You know what, Cam? I have that same relationship with Tropic Thunder. I've seen the beginning of that movie so many times, but every single time I see it, I'm at a friend's place and it's late and we've been drinking or whatever, and we always fall asleep. So one day I need to actually sit down and watch Tropic Thunder, especially being, a fan of Tom Cruise. I have to see Les Grossman. I've seen his scenes, but I haven't seen the movie yet. And, here's Wayne Knight in this movie. And I think that's great casting, too. Apparently, Steven Spielberg saw Basic Instinct and then waited until after the credits and looked up Wayne Knight's name and said, I need him in one of my early movies. He's so funny. Look at that Hawaiian shirt. Also, I was at where they filmed this movie in Hawaii at Kualoa Ranch on the island of Oahu. And I'll show you the scenes. I don't know if you know the scene when they hide behind the log and those dinosaurs are jumping over. I was at that exact same log, and they have a little sign with Jurassic Park there, and the music plays when you're taking the picture. It's magical. It's magical stuff. I didn't get the scene either as a kid. Mm-hmm. Maybe if I love the film, then I'll do a watch along with you guys. I always thought this was really neat as a kid. Bottom screws open, you can put all the dinosaur embryos in there. I just love his childlike just... Oh, it's just so great. It's so great. It's so great. Oh my god. So good. Finn Flash, thanks for coming to the stream, man. I've been good. I went to the watch-alongs for Avengers Infinity War and Endgame on the weekend with a bunch of other YouTubers, which was really fun. Endgame went on quite a long time, though. That was a long watch-along because we had a whole discussion about the future of the MCU, which I'm not the most anticipated for. But, it was so cool to meet all those people, and it was so much fun to, interact with them. But then here comes John Williams' music and Jeff Goldblum, which, according to a lot of women I know, back in the day when this movie came out, this was a type of charisma that hadn't really been seen on screen before. And just his attitude was really, really attractive. According to women I know, so. But, I always find, the alpha male character in these movies, or in just movies in general, kind of fascinating because they're not all the same, right? They're not all, the big buff jack dudes. While this guy can, that he is, the most badass person in any character interaction because he can definitely just become dominant in any situation, which is great. And he doesn't even care. He'll go straight after Ellie Sadler. I know Alan Grant. Yo, you and Ellie Sadler, you guys, getting together. So. Everything after the T-Rex breaking out of the game. Sorry, Celeste, I don't really know what you mean about a black nerd being in Jumanji. But yeah, that score, and recognizing all this from Hawaii, when we drove around the island, we just had Jurassic Park playing in our Jeep, and I was wearing this shirt, and it's there's a couple movies where I've gone to the locations and have just totally immersed myself in the experience. When I was in London, I was, going to King's Cross Station listening to Harry Potter. I was going to the MI6 building listening to James Bond, and the Eric Serra score from GoldenEye especially. Yeah. An alpha male needs to be smart, personable, strong, or a mixture. Not all the time. It depends on the situation. Context definitely means a lot, If you bring a guy like Dr. Alan Grant, he's going to be the alpha male, at the dig, right? You bring him into some, really hip new nightclub, you don't think he might not be the alpha male just because it's not his, his place. So, not always. Most of the time, sure. But again, this is just how they're portrayed in film. That's all. Someone photoshopped abs on Jeff Goldblum. Did you catch Brosnan's watch along for GoldenEye? Just parts. I just recently watched it, and I didn't want to watch along with him. And besides, Pierce Brosnan, I think he's a very smart dude, but he's very, now if you see here, the waterfall was just brilliant, and seeing the jeeps with the logo of Jurassic Park, it was quite phenomenal, quite phenomenal. But you know what? I love these jeeps. I always think that Jurassic Park, the cultural phenomenon and just the pop culture of Jurassic Park has kind of transcended the movie, where it's like not many people have seen. Maybe that's not the right way to say it, but like so many people have seen the movie that it becomes so popular. But most people know about the film, even though they may have never seen it. Like they know the music, they know the dinosaurs, they know the lines, they know the jeeps. Like there's a lot of iconic moments and Spielbergian movie magic that is so well known. And again, it's kind of like Ghostbusters, where it's like you just want to be a part of the pop culture. You want to be on in the in crowd. Yeah. Hey, Tony. Thank you. Okay, so this scene right here, I always say that there are some certain scenes in movies that just kind of remind us why we go to the movies, and they're like the movie magic scenes. Like in Toy Story, it's when Buzz and Woody are flying at the end. Spoilers, and then they go, to infinity and beyond. But this scene is so magical. Spielbergian push in, right? You don't see what they're looking at. Page out of Kubrick. Shoot from above, making our characters look small. Getting all close. This is the meme where it's like, when she finally sees the D, oh my fucking god. But yeah, like, John Williams, man, holy shit, you are a magical genius. Like, do you guys not feel your hearts expanding right now? Like, I'm serious. Like, tell me if just... Like, just people going, oh my god. It's just... Hey, Max. It's just so amazing. I love Hans Zimmer, but John Williams, he's number one. Like, oh... It was great when the Toronto Raptors won the NBA championship this year. Like, all of Canada, was brought together, and we were all playing Jurassic Park theme, and like imagine just being in that moment and just feeling how small you were, right? And seeing there's a whole other species on Earth before humanity even was a thought. It kind of puts humanity in its place, and you realize how small you are, but you also see how big and vast just life is. Welcome to Jurassic Park. And then this shot, it's just... Yeah, Cam, I'm sure this score sounds good on your digital Atmos speakers. I'm so out of the loop when it comes to all those sound specs and stuff, but I did play in a band, in a concert band, and I did play in a jazz band. I will admit, though, that the herds line is quite dumb. They do move in herds. Okay. Davy Jones ain't a musical composer, bud. But that is a pretty good Hans Zimmer score for Dead Man's Chest, I will admit. I'll show you. Ooh, okay, now we're interested. We just got this magical moment. I'll show you how we do it. Boom. Invested. Emotional simplicity. And you know what? Like, when I go to Universal Studios, and I've been there quite a few times, I've been to the Orlando one once. I was there with my ex-girlfriend when we were just going for dinner, because she lives there. But like even going into the gift shop, it looks like Jurassic Park. It's just, oh, it's amazing. Live action CGI. First time we ever see a live action CGI creature on screen. Well, I mean, I guess we saw a Terminator in Terminator 2. CGI, completely CGI. And that's a pretty good one, pretty good line too. Like, don't you mean extinct? That's what the model makers said when making this movie, because the CGI looks so amazing. And he said, "Oh, what do you mean? We'll become extinct?" And that's how Spielberg used it in the movie. I always love this scene too, because it's like you need to get your exposition into the audience's mind, but you got to do it in a fun way that's easy for us to understand, which the beginning of the movie didn't really do. But this part is the fun part. You know what, Movie Man Cave? I've actually never seen Hook. That's one I need to watch. I've seen scenes. But that'd be a fun one to watch. I think I'd like Hook. Yeah, it's there's your spotlight again. Look at that. Spotlight right behind Alan Grant there. And this isn't the most like crazy thing in the world either. Like, oh, you got some blood from dinosaurs and mosquitoes are kind of stuck in tree sap. Sure. Yeah, Schindler's List is another movie that I'm embarrassed to say that I have not seen yet. It's on the list, but during this quarantine, I've been watching lots and lots of movies that I've never seen before. I feel like that guy is like someone famous too. Like it's like a cameo. The guy who had the syringe. I could be completely wrong though. Do I have a favorite director? Spielberg is up there. I like Tarantino, but I also like Ben Affleck, and I like Mel Gibson. I was thinking about doing a favorite directors list, but he's up there. I like David Ayer too. I know I don't think it's his fault for what happened with Suicide Squad, but I like him. I like Antoine Fuqua too. I think what he did with Training Day was phenomenal. But yeah, I need to think. Kubrick's one too. I haven't seen that many Kubrick movies, but all the ones I have seen, I do enjoy. I think if I watch Eyes Wide Shut, if I see Clockwork Orange, if I see 2001, if I see Barry Lyndon, then Kubrick would definitely be up there for sure. I just haven't seen that many movies of his to really say that. I think just like 2 or 3 movies doesn't really count. But then again, Mel Gibson, Braveheart, hasn't really directed that many either. Or Ben Affleck has only directed 4 movies, so yeah, you know what? You're right, Kubrick. I'll put Kubrick in the list. Kubrick is good, and Scorsese too. I definitely plan on doing more ranking videos. That's why I'm watching Jurassic Park, because I wanted to do a Jurassic Park ranking video, because I haven't seen Jurassic Park 3, I haven't seen Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and I feel like, if I'm going to watch Jurassic World 3 whenever that comes out, then I don't know. I should just know these things. BD Wong, who plays... He plays someone in Mulan. Is it Shang? Is that his name? Yeah, the white guy who's trying to guess the names, right? Racist alert. Hello. Anyways. I have seen Doctor Strangelove. It was a long time ago. I didn't like it back then, but that's because I was like 15 years old and I was a film snob and like, I don't get it. It's boring. Nowadays, I feel like I'd get it. But this scene's so cute, so magical. But yeah, Scorsese is one, definitely. Christopher Nolan is good too. Again, I like Inception. I like Nolan is really, really good. But it's just, none of his movies have gotten into my personal favorites. But I can't deny that he's a really good director. I would love to see Christopher Nolan direct a James Bond movie. I think he would be absolutely perfect for it because he loves James Bond. He's British. He can make the spectacle. And he has used so much like James Bond. He's homaged James Bond in so many of his movies, in Inception and Dark Knight Rises and things like that. Like License to Kill, like the opening of Dark Knight Rises is the exact same opening as License to Kill in terms of the stunt with the plane. And Scorsese's good too, right? Again, I'm just thinking about these directors right off the top of my head. So, Scorsese has Gangs of New York, Wolf of Wall Street, Goodfellas, Casino. So many good ones. Raimi is good too. Then again, I've never actually seen Evil Dead. I've seen Army of Darkness though. I like that movie a lot. That was a Halloween staple for me. A lot of branding here. I'm not too sure what you mean by that. Francis Ford Coppola. Apocalypse Now is really good. I haven't seen The Godfather. Yes, I know. It's on the list. See, that's the thing why... You know what? I'll actually shut up during this one part. The Departed. Yeah, again. It's all off the top of my head, guys. I'm watching Jurassic Park, so I'm trying to think of these things too. Well, there it is. Finds a way. So great. You know what's funny? This is my very, very, very first watch along I'm doing that I'm not drinking alcohol. Velociraptor. Oh no. Velociraptor. The camera tilt too. So this is an extra little cinematic. You could have left the camera still. Movement. Spielberg can push in. It's just the subtlety like that not many people think about. But anyway. How do you say Evil Dead 2? Evil Dead 2. Not too sure what you mean by that. But, yeah, Francis Ford Coppola, yeah, I really did like Apocalypse Now. And you know what? Like, that's the thing why people ask, like, well, why don't you watch TV series? Like, there's so many movies that I feel like I need to see to do my job that I haven't yet. Like The Godfather and things like that. So, and again, just because I don't name your favorite movie off the top of my head, I apologize. Again, this is literally off the top of my head. So, yeah, this is the first watch along that I'm not drinking alcohol. This is just iced tea, which is, Canadian iced tea. The good kind. Don't take that too seriously, Americans. I have all the booze, but I'm out of chase. I have not seen Evil Dead 2, but it's on the list. Return of the King is a good movie too. I think I'd put that in my top 25, top 20 type of movies. It's up there for sure. Actually, you know what? Yeah, the 4K train. I need to get on that. I just bought new couches though, so Blu-ray will have to do for now. It's hard to rewatch classic movies when you need to catch up on other unwatched classic movies. Meaning, is it hard to rewatch classic movies that you like? Or just hard to go back and watch old movies? Yeah, sorry, Man Cave. Boom. Testing the fences systematically. It's so good because you never actually see the dinosaurs do something bad. It's always like the way that they shot the beginning, you don't actually see the dinosaur, you get a little bit of a glimpse of the eye. And then there's that looming sense of doom, you don't see him eat that cow, but you just hear the roar off screen. If they just showed a dinosaur like just flat out just rip someone's head off right away, that tension would just go away, right? It's like, okay, now we know what we're dealing with. But the fact that they wait, that's what makes that scene so powerful. And also, here comes the spotlights. These spotlights are behind every single character. The reason why, I'm not too sure. But see, look at that. Everyone in the world has the right to enjoy these animals. It's just very heartwarming. A coupon, $10,000 a day. Fifth Element, I've seen the beginning of it. I was not sober, and I fell asleep. It's on the watch list. Yeah. Like, this is really smart stuff. Yeah. This line could be applied to big movie studios too. About Star Wars. No responsibility for it. Shove this on the... Before you even knew what you had, you patented it and packaged it and slapped it on a plastic lunchbox and selling. Boom. Yeah, they had their chance. Nature selected them for extinction. That's why humanity is not on stable ground. One meteor or something happens. I'm not saying that this is what's happening now. Also, that spotlight. Yeah. That's true. It's all very, very true. Anyways, after this scene, I'll go back to the chat. I see your comments. It's always funny. I always like these scenes as an adult. Push in. It's those subtle filmmaking techniques that separate the goods from the greats. It's things that you don't even think about. It's just the simple push in, right? If someone's making a revelation, if a character has a certain change of heart or has an idea, well, how do you say that visually, right? You're not going to get the character, I have an idea. I think this. Then you get the Star Wars prequels. And that's when you get movies that don't have any humanity to them. Because no one talks like that. Joseph Mazzello, I believe that's his name. Apparently he was supposed to be in Hook, but Steven Spielberg said he was too young, and he said, I promise you that I will have you in a movie soon. And then he was in Jurassic Park, and then he was in Bohemian Rhapsody. But anyways, the worst movie I've ever seen, the easy one to say, like, as soon as I see a bad movie, I just think about it for like maybe like a day of why I hate it, and it just kind of floats past my memory because I don't like thinking about bad films or like films I absolutely hate. I'll say I hated it. It's gone. Oh, of course you will, because you're gonna, explain your chaos theory, to her, and girls are women. Sorry, women, because they're a little older. that derpy face. He's got the same gap tooth as me though, so. But anyway, probably the worst movie I've ever seen would be the female Ghostbusters. You know what? I take that back. The Counselor, Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott is such a hit and miss with me. Like, I love some of his movies, and then I'll hate some of them. See Alan Grant, you dick. Ooh. All right, kid. I don't know how to say this, but like, sometimes you think like, I wonder if that was me talking about movies to my dad, where he's just like, I just want to watch hockey, dude. So I'd say The Counselor is probably the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. That's yeah. Anyway, I missed some. We do see. Why didn't we build this in Orlando? We see dinosaur jumping at someone at one point in this movie. Yeah, we do. And then we got this one actor, Sam Jackson. I think he'll do some work in the future. Hold on to your butts. This really high-tech computer technology. I don't know what it is about, like, technology where the computer screens are like the old TVs, like the CRT TVs. I don't know what it is about that, but it's like it always brings me back to being a kid and seeing someone who had like all the newest technology. Like, this guy has Windows 98. This guy's not fucking around. He has Windows 98. And it just brings me back to a kid. So whenever I see like high-tech technology back in 1998 or back in like, the 90s, it always just brings me back to a simpler time before social media. But yeah, iconic shot. Haha, get it? Because it's a universal property. But yeah. Look, just realized the writers are wearing Jurassic Park aprons. Gotcha, preach. We would love to see your watch list. Well, stay after the video, and if you guys want to see my watch list, then I'll show it with you. It's very extensive. I need to put it onto Letterboxd. I just got on that train. So I need to transfer the movie reviews I've been writing for 7 years from my blog over to Letterboxd, which will take a long fucking time. This is a very relatable scene. Like, if you guys have been on like some like the Disney Safari in Orlando or any kind of tour when you're looking at animals or whatever, even on Hawaii where they even shot Jurassic Park, they have these things with different animals, and the animals never show. They're always afraid. So it's an interactive CD-ROM. Yeah, that's exactly. It's exactly what. Have you seen The Room with Tommy Wiseau? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. It's great. I wish we would get original movies like this today where the premise was the only thing promoting it. It was based on a book, dude. The book came first, and then they made the movie. It's like the 90s thing. Like if you needed someone to sound smart, just call them a hacker or a computer guru, because the public didn't really know anything about computers at that point. You know. Have you seen Alien? I have seen Alien. Yeah, I've heard the story about Jurassic Park and Schindler's List, what shoots first. Universal had a certain deal, I'm just glad that we got both. I haven't seen Schindler's List yet, but I've heard many, 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 many good things. Even one of my buddies who's like, he's a DJ and he's like, he likes movies like I do, and he's just like, dude, like Schindler's List is like a fucking roller coaster of a movie. Like that is like a cinematic experience. And now we are introducing this one location, which will be very prominent very soon. Man, it's funny. I'm finally watching this movie after going to the real life shooting locations. If you guys have a chance to, whatever your favorite movie is, if it was filmed in real life, meaning it wasn't filmed on a soundstage or in just green screen, go there. It's a real surreal experience. Like when I was walking down London, going down the MI6 building, listening to Eric Serra's GoldenEye score, it's a very unique experience because it kind of like merges the two worlds together. That's good. Man creates dinosaurs. Dinosaurs eat man. Woman inherits the earth. See, Disney, Universal was woke 25 years before you. So watch out. I don't know. As a white, cisgendered, heterosexual male, I can't really make jokes like that, can I? They don't want to be fed. They want to hunt. Celeste's worst movie he'd ever seen was the Dumbo remake. I think those child actors were some of the worst child actors I've ever seen. You're seeing a fucking elephant fly. You better show some... Like, it might be a little unordinary to see that. That's why I think Danny DeVito in that movie did a good job. Yes, happy anniversary to Endgame. Yeah. Have you played Jurassic World Evolution? I'm guessing that's a game. So no, I have not played that. I know I can, Movie Man Cave. I'm just making fun of other people who say that I can't. You know what's funny? Earlier on in my life, I'd totally relate with Alan with just that every house party I went to, like in my local neighborhood, there was always that one other guy that would like see the girl that I'm talking to at the party and then swoop in. Oh, hey, Brandon, how's it going? You're still doing your YouTube stuff, right? Yeah, well, I got a real estate business and, you know. And then that's when I knew if the girl would be like, oh, really? Nope. But then again, last year, I totally pulled a Jeff Goldblum move. Not my proudest moment, but I definitely swooped in there on some dude and stole her away. You have 1,000 subscribers? Oh my god. I didn't say that. I promise. But this is textbook stuff. Ferris Bueller's Day Off is a great movie, and that's pretty cool that you live in Chicago. Well, I live in Vancouver, and they shoot a lot of the X-Men movies here, and it was really cool to see the Deadpool 2, like the giant action scene, the giant car chase, take place in my home city. And see, he's touching her hand, breaking the physical barrier subtly. Crazy. They were shooting Transformers 3 in Chicago when they visited it. That's pretty cool. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, J.J. Abrams loves light flares. No, that's chaos theory. Art of Self-Defense. Are you talking about a film that you saw, or you actually went to self-defense class? Movie files, don't fuck with me. What did I say? I don't know what I say. The chat and what I'm saying are very, very delayed. So, and by the way, these are the most people that I've had in a watch along so far. So thank you. Thank you guys for staying along. Chaos theory, yes. Oh, nice. To the girl? Oh, she was just really, really drunk, and then I think she was talking about Shrek, and then I talked about how the soundtrack worked, and I just talked about, you know, I literally just went with what I was passionate about, showed that I'm an expert at it, and that I'm confident in my own skin. I've literally seen guys try to pick up women at parties, and then as soon as the girl says, "Oh, have you seen The Flash?" or "Have you seen like something a little nerdy?" I've seen a guy go, "Okay, imagine this." A girl goes, "Oh yeah, I love movies. My favorite movie is Jurassic Park. Have you seen it?" I've seen a guy say, yeah, like that's sci-fi. I don't really like movies. Like I like doing like cool shit, like partying and like, you know, drinking and like hanging out with friends. But like my brother, like my little brother, he's such a fucking dweeb. Like likes this. I'm like, oh my god. Just go up to the attraction meter and just go off. Like, dude, what are you doing? If you love movies, if you're a nerd, if you think it's too nerdy, just go with it. That's you. Be comfortable in your own skin. Be confident about it. That's what matters. So I think I was just talking about Shrek. And she's like, really? I never thought about that before. And then her boyfriend, or the guy that she was talking to, if it was her boyfriend, I would have felt really bad. But regardless, it was a couple years ago. Nothing happened. Yeah. So if you guys are talking to, you know, anyone in a dating setting and something that you're passionate about comes up, don't shy away because you think it's uncool. Shying away and trying to change to try to be for someone to like you. Also, this is a great scene too because it's a real prop. No CGI. Oh yeah, that's one big pile of shit. No, she's not my girlfriend now. She was just a girl at the party. If Suicide Part was a part of the MCU. Trappings? Gotcha. Well, thanks for giving me your ranking of the Skywalker saga, Celeste. All right. I'm going to let the movie play. I'll be right back. Yeah, I mean, Walt Disney, you know, when Disneyland opened, it was just a disaster. So, you know, that is one big pile of shit. That is disgusting. I'm 6'8", and that's like almost as tall as me. If you add that on top, oh god, that is gross. Do you think it would go? How do you think it would go if Batman was in the MCU? Well, the nerds would go fucking ape shit. You know that the videos of the what it means and explained analysis, finally explained, those people would go nuts. honestly, if something that out of left field came up and said we're gonna have Batman and Superman and Flash and a DC versus Marvel movie, like those people would, if they're going completely out of left field, I'd go, okay, they got a pretty unique idea that some studio would be willing to greenlight this with all the contracts and all that producer nonsense. I'd be like, interesting. I'd be intrigued to see it. If it sucks, I wouldn't really be that offended just because it's a movie, you know? So. My guy said Batman in the MCU. Don't be mean to him. I'll be right back, guys. I'm just going to the bathroom. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Did you guys hear that? If you can, then I apologize. Just be happy you didn't hear me shit. Spoiler alert, I have some insider info, and Superman is joining the MCU in Phase 4. Let's see if anyone believes you. I looked at it, dude. I'm watching Jurassic Park. If you want me to talk about Star Wars, we'll wait until we talk about Star Wars. Maybe I'll have to mute my microphone next time. And see, this was pretty good sequel bait too, which, again, I've only seen Lost World once, and I've never seen Jurassic Park 3. But there's another company that wants dinosaur embryos. Like, you know, they have that in there for sequel talk, right? Yeah, I know what it was. I've looked at it. I don't know what you want me to say. I've seen your ranking of Skywalker Saga. It's similar to mine, although I would have had Rise of Skywalker a little higher, but that's about it. But here comes the scene. Yeah, Dr. Sadler. You guys, she's not, like, available, is she? I give him a break. He's young. I don't think it was in release date. He said number 2 is number 3 and number 1 is number 4. Either way, not important. We're watching Jurassic Park. It's pretty great that I guess it didn't really work out for him that there was a storm. I correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Universal Studios ride is now called the Jurassic World ride. I don't know. Maybe just yeah, what a complete slob. I don't know about you guys, but I cannot fucking work with there's just like pop cans and just like shit everywhere on my desk. Like I need my editing station or my computer at work just to be like pristine clean. So, yeah. Alan. I know that joke. Yeah. Again, this scene is so masterfully done. And it's great casting too, like Wayne Knight as like some computer programmer that's willing to, to sell to another company for this. As a kid, this always freaked me out. He's like, I don't know, he doesn't know where the East Dock is, crap. You didn't say the magic word. And again with the spotlights. You didn't say the magic word. Hate this hacker crap because we don't really know much about computers yet because we're just, human beings with are not our own computers yet in 1993. It's good that it's raining because it works with the lighting of the T-Rex, right? Like I know if you go back to that first I don't know what a saur is called, what it's called, but the dinosaur, like the one with the long neck, the first time that they ever see a dinosaur, when you look at it now, it's like, okay, you can kind of see that it's 1993 CGI, but having it in the rain and having it kind of be kind of dark with, again, the spotlight effects, it makes it a lot easier to animate and it makes it look a lot more real. And it's also great that you have half practical and half CGI, right? So you have both effects working together, right? And there's one shot where you see like the CGI body come in, and then you see or the other way around actually, you see the practical head, and then he walks away, and then you see the CGI body out of frame, and it's having them both work together. It makes it a lot more seamless. It makes it just feel more real. Brachiosaurus. I forgot all my dinosaur names. Right? I think, like, when do you learn that? In maybe like grade 2 or grade 3? Like, about different dinosaurs? Also, thanks for all the likes, guys. I appreciate it. How long is this movie? My timer doesn't say how long it is. It just shows that we're 1 hour and... I'm going to say 2 hours and 12 minutes. Just a guess. But it's not like a really big one. But again, iconic. The water. Like, okay, what's a visual way to show that this T-Rex is coming, but you don't see it? Sense of mystery. This thing is so big, you can hear it coming from a mile away. And everything starts to shake. And this is all Spielberg, right? You can't really write in the script, like, oh, dinosaur approaches, right? I'm sure the screenwriter says, oh, it zooms in on a glass of water doing this. It's like you have to try to find ways to make things visual, not just tell, like, oh no, that's pretty good too. Oh no, there's a dinosaur coming. Can't you see? That is why there is a loud noise. And look at that, Sean, all these guys to the rescue. Yeah, practical head. Ugh. Man, I've never seen this movie on the big screen. It's a shame. It's what being born in 95 will do to you. Dude, I drank one iced tea and I already had to have a break. When you gotta go, you gotta go, right? So go for it. Oh, wonderful. And questions throughout the movie. Which watch-alongs would you like to see? Also, for a 2,000 subscriber special, whenever that comes, what would you guys like for me to do? Oh, this is so masterful. The sound design, too, because you don't know what a T-Rex sounds like. Okay, look at this. CGI body. Wait, no, it's not this part. 6 beers in. Do the of Men in Black. Men in Black could be a fun one. Dum 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 dum. Oh, you idiot. Yeah, okay, look at that. CGI head. Sorry, practical head, CGI body right there. That's what I'm talking about. Original Men in Black. That could be fun. Although I did just watch all the Men in Black movies last year for Men in Black International, which I didn't think was that bad. It was like a 90s movie made today. Now, apparently when the glass came off here, it wasn't supposed to, and the kids actually started to scream. And that's one thing that I find is really hard to do in movies, to get kids to look genuinely scared. But, oh, what a great shot. Boom, right there. That's what I've heard. Again, I wasn't there. I'd like to think so. Like when you hear those like fun like on-set stories. Yeah, so there's a guy in our neighborhood who has a Jeep, and he like spray painted it like Jurassic Park. It's not official by any means, and then he like plastered on the Jurassic Park logo, which that part looks cool, but the rest of it is clearly you put like just general spray paint on your car, and it looks terrible. Yeah, there you go, movie man cave. Tiger, elephant, or alligator? Joker 2019, huh? That's a fun, uplifting movie to watch during these times. But okay. Joker 2019. I'll write that down on my my list here. Oh, fuck yeah. That sound is so great. So I'll write that down then. Men in Black could be a fun one. The hero shot for Alan Grant. Apparently he was supposed to be played by Harrison Ford. But I think due to contract negotiations or something, he didn't. I'll write that down. Oh, I love my sister's reaction to this when she watched it for the first time last year. She always thought that Jurassic Park was this really magical movie, which it is, but then you have scenes like this. Like, the guy just gets flat out eaten. And it's not off camera either, you see it. Joker 2019 and Men in Black. Oh, shut up! Yeah. Sean Connery was wanted for the role of Alan Grant? I didn't know that. Or was it for Dr. Hammond? I've not seen They Live yet. It's on the list. I have a list of like movies to watch because they're classics. I have a list to watch because they're movie requests. But that one would be a fun one to watch. I've seen some scenes and I know some lines of it, but that'd be a fun one. You know, Joseph Mazzello does give a pretty good performance here because, you know, like he looks genuinely terrified. Sean Connery. I don't think Sean Connery's an idiot. You know, yeah, sure, you'd be well known in pop culture, but, you know, he was already James Bond, so I'm sure that... And I've been told this, too, how, like, fandom for actors is different in the UK than in America. Like, I know some of my friends from the UK and friends from Ireland have met Sean Connery, and they say that, you know, like, being an actor, it's just another profession, right? So you can say, hey, I love your work, but it's very strictly professional, and it's very strictly, like... You know, like it's like business talk. Like, I really liked your film, you know, James Bond. I loved your film this. I loved Hunt for Red October. But like the whole fandom side, it's very like frowned upon to go, oh my god, can I take a picture? So, but I don't know. So again, like, sure, he might have been an idiot to turn that down because he definitely would have made a lot of money. But, you know, based on pop culture reference, like it is just a job, right? I think Sean Connery was pretty well off at that point. But then again, I don't know what was going on in his head. I don't know the guy. The Thing. Nope, haven't seen this one. Dude, you're making me look bad. I haven't seen The Thing either. The misogynistic Bond. True. Yeah. James Bond is a misogynistic character. It's the way he was written. And then, yeah, Daniel Craig might not be, but... You know, he still sleeps with someone new every movie. John, shut it down. I have seen Back to the Future. Don't worry, you can sleep soundly at night tonight. Yeah, what are you doing going that fast? It was funny when I went to where they filmed Jurassic Park, at least just for a moment, it was pouring rain. Absolutely pouring. So it shows me in front of the log, and I'll point it out in the movie, but it shows me like a poncho, and I'm like, hey, we're in Jurassic Park, and yeah. Yeah. But again, like when you see like actors turning down roles for other movies, like... Hindsight is 2020. Of course it is. You're like, oh, this movie made $1 billion. Why didn't he choose this one when this one only made, like, in script form? When you're reading a script, you hope that it's going to make $1 billion. So you're basing your entire decision based on, you know, the developmental stage. And there's a whole bunch of other things that go into it, like contracts and, you know, the back end percentage wise of how much you're going to make and all that crap. You know, so some people are like, well, why don't they just make good movies? That's what they try to do, right? So people are saying, like, why didn't Tim Roth be Professor Snape as opposed to being in Planet of the Apes? Well, he thought that at that time, Planet of the Apes would have been a better movie. You know, it's like a well-established property, and Harry Potter is based on a book, you know? So I don't really give too much flack for actors for choosing the wrong role, because the movie, like... There's one version of a movie when it's written in script, and then a certain director might see it and might see a different movie, so he might go into it or she might go into it and change it. And then during the filmmaking process, then certain actors can bring certain things. Like, you know, Jack Sparrow was not written as a Keith Richards impersonation. Johnny Depp brought that, right? And then in the editing room, you know, deleted scenes, cutting scenes shorter. Like, the film goes through so many different stages that it's almost impossible for an actor to really decide which film will be the best for me, you know? Like, oh, he turned down Dr. Hammond. Well, what an idiot. Didn't he know that this was going to be the biggest movie of all time? I don't think Steven Spielberg knew that. He just wanted to make a movie about dinosaurs. So, anyways. Yeah. No, I'm not... I understand. I'm not trying to, like, bash you or anything, but it's, yeah. I'm not trying to... It's nothing personal. Again, people are not their opinions. So if I say anything bad about a movie that you like, it's not... attack at you. Some people have a hard time understanding that, but it's We're talking about films here. Yeah, so... But dude, I appreciate you being here. I really do. Yeah. Yeah. That effect of the dinosaur with their I don't know what those things are called, but like as a fear tactic, it's so freaky. And the fact that it's a practical prop or stunt, or not stunt. What am I talking about? It's real. It's not CGI. It just makes it even creepier, or animatronic, I guess you could say. And the fact that he's in the car. It's a good death. I really do not want James Bond 26 to be called James Bond or 007. Rocky did it with Rocky Balboa. Rambo did it with Rambo. Halloween did it with Halloween. The fact that James Bond always has these really unique names has to continue. And honestly, are we going to have it now where every single actor coming into 007 gets a reboot? Because we've only done it once. So did they continue the story after No Time to Die? Who knows? Oh, interesting. I didn't actually know that. I'm gonna butcher it. Dilophosaurus. That's pretty sweet. You know what's funny? I actually had a list of James Bond titles. We were doing that in the James Bond watch along, but there are like some certain words. There's a couple though that I really like. For Queen and Country, I think that would be awesome. Maybe they kidnap a certain member of British royalty, and then James Bond has to save him. Again, I'm not a screenwriter. My screenwriting days are over. And then this scene was always creepy too. All the Time in the World. That would be a good James Bond title. But there's some certain words that I think about would be kind of cool, like the word renegade in a title. Like paradise would be kind of a cool word. But something to do with death, life, love, kill, like those kind of like buzzwords. Yeah, and you know what? Joseph Mazzello's performance, it totally makes sense. Like, he seems like such a real kid. Like, I know Celeste's least favorite movie in here was the Dumbo live-action remake from 2019. And the thing I hated about that movie is that the kids don't have any fucking emotion. You are seeing an elephant fly. You might want to open your eyes a little bit and go, this is something I don't see every day, but the kids in this movie, they're great. It's a good line. Never look down. Look down. Crap. Yeah, Quantum of Solace was it had some great ideas, but the execution was not they did not stick the landing with that one. And I think a big portion of that is just the action sequences. You can't understand what's going on. This is tough watching because I should have been in Universal Studios a couple days ago. But again, like, this is a real set. It's not a CGI crap truck, you know what I mean? Like, I honestly think that, like, I was born in 95, so, like, CGI was around when I was a kid, but, still watching movies like this, like, when you realize that it's still real, I'm wondering if younger generations, like, people born in, like, 2010 and later, when they go back and see a movie, it's like, oh, it doesn't look real. It's like, is CGI going to be the new norm? Do you own this movie? I do own this movie. Yeah, see, with the fact that the whole original cast is coming back for the Jurassic World sequel, I thought that'd be fun to watch this movie now as a refresher for you guys, because I do have a review for Jurassic Park out on the channel, which I hope you guys check out and leave a like, and thank you very much. Subscribe, thank you. Uh, but then go and actually check out the sequels that I haven't seen yet. So, you know, just to say that I've seen them, right? It's all those little details like Jurassic World or Jurassic Park. They got the pamphlet, you know, like the little Disneyland map of the park, and seeing, you know, all the different, you know, attractions and restaurants and gift shops. I've never seen Fallen Kingdom, so I can't agree with you or disagree with you on that one. Is it illegal to show your movie on the screen, or does it just ruin your chances of getting monetized? Just curious. I don't think you can show it on your screen. It'll just get completely blocked. There's like demonetization if you like show a little bit of the movie, but then there's some certain parts where it's like if you show like an entire section of a movie, like The Last Jedi review, I had that thing taken down multiple times because I just showed too much of the movie. Like you can get demonetized for showing clips of it like too long, but then if I show the entire movie, they'll just shut it right down, right? That's why. Do you watch any Nostalgia Critic videos? Dude, I was watching Nostalgia Critic back in 2007. Like, right from the beginning. And see, that's the thing. You know, I haven't seen Fallen Kingdom yet. Some people say it's terrible. Some people say they like it. It's like dinos instead of ghosts. So, must go faster. Must go faster. So, Roland Emmerich, I feel like, just took that straight out of this. But I love that, you know, like, those screams are so real. I think it's the scream right here, or did it already happen? Yeah, that scream right there. I think that's pretty good acting. You may disagree with me, but I like it. Holy shit. You know what? The one-liners in this movie really work. You think they'll have that in the tour? Oh, did Toy Story 2 use that reference? What, must go faster? Or... I guess with the dinosaur. Yeah, like the CGI holds up so well. And this is a set, you know? You know, that's a pretty clever line for a kid to say right off the cuff. But Brandon, it wasn't off the cuff. You read the script. Yes, thank you. The makeup on the kids isn't too good, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't think so either. This movie sucks. Let's just cut the watch along. Let's just cut it. I mean, the makeup just get rid of it. Also, I have a rant about people saying IMO, but I'll leave that for another day. That sucks that you think that, Sean. It doesn't bother me. Sorry, Sean, don't take that too seriously. I'm just playing it, just having some fun with you. Oh, the front view mirror reference, right? Yeah. This is a magical moment too. You know, Alan Grant is finally, you know, acting like a father and kind of being nice to kids. Oh, you guys. Shucks. IMO. No, I just find it funny that like when people will be getting into arguments with me on Instagram or YouTube or like posting their opinions, like they'll say IMO and it's like, well, why do you need to say IMO? Because it's clear, at least in my mind, everything that anyone ever says about a movie, like it's all subjective. Like, one person thinks, oh, the makeup isn't good. See that scar on Timmy's leg? See, that's so unrealistic. Like, I don't like that. And then someone, it might not bother them, right? Whereas so something so subjective, it's so obvious that it's just an opinion. But people will like, I've seen people say this where it's like, oh, I said IMO, so why are you still arguing with me? So I feel like it's kind of like a safety net. It's where it's like, I can say this, but no one could say anything bad about it because it's my opinion, right? And like that's my get out of jail free card, where it's like, of course I know it's your opinion. Anything ever said about any movie ever, if it's based on a creative issue or if it's a creative process, it's all opinion based, which makes film so awesome because different movies talk to different people. And the score, IMO, is great here. I always liked this scene too, where the movie just slows down and it talks about the morality and, making a park like this. In my opinion. IMO stands for in my opinion. Well, you guys are still here after that. I told that story about in my opinion once, and one guy got really angry and he left. And he said, fuck you, man. I'm never watching any one of your videos again. And I'm thinking, okay, if that upsets you, then I think you really need to start looking at your life. Because there's going to be other things that will upset you much more than that. I want one of those water bottles too, man. And it's kind of a tragic scene because Dr. Hammond had this dream of creating this great park, so much so that he was able to bring back dinosaurs from the dead. And because he wanted, sure, capitalism, yeah, sure, he wanted to charge a lot of money, or, that's capitalism. That's like the character, the lawyer who got eaten by the dinosaur. He's like, well, we need to, spend $10,000 a day, or like charge $10,000 a day. We're going to make money, rich, 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 rich. But he really wanted to create a park that, inspired people. And you really do see that in this scene, and it's kind of tragic because that, in his quest to create an amazing park like this, then yeah, you can't think through it. You got to feel it, right? It's dangerous. We're putting people's lives at risk. I think this was the perfect time to use the conversation because what happened right before the tree scene? Wayne Knight got eaten and you had the T-Rex. Right? The T-Rex. The scene in the movie. So I think having all those scenes together, and then of course the chase with the dinosaur with Ellie Sadler and Dr. Malcolm. All those scenes happened right in a row. And then yes, you had the magical moment with, Alan Grant and the kids. I think it fits perfectly. Yeah, people just don't like to be corrected. So if you're correcting people on your and your and your. And see, this is a practical effect too. One giant prop. It's so great. Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing that used to bother me is people's spelling, but I just, you just have to accept it that people don't always know how to spell or use proper grammar. You can't tell what, that one guy. Sorry, if comments are going to need to be pretty specific because I'll say something and it'll be like a 10-second delay and then you guys will be able to see it and then it'll be like another 10-second delay for the comments. So you can't tell what about the prop or. But yeah, it's a nice change of pace too because we've seen dinosaurs, be angry, vicious creatures, but then we also see that they can be really, really cute and disgusting. But that right there, that was CGI. You can't tell that it's a prop, or you can't tell whether or not it is a prop, or it's whatever. I get it. Yeah. See again, hacker. I'm a hacker. I'm good with computers because I'm a hacker. Correcting someone's spelling in an argument only shows that you can't argue something substantive. It weakens your argument. Well, when you're arguing with someone, sure, when you revert to that. But simply correcting them because you don't understand what they're saying, that's different. Because I have had comments where it's just all bad spelling and I don't understand what they're trying to say. So I'm like, dude, I can't understand your spelling. Once you fix it, then I can understand what you're saying and then we can talk. Because if you're on two different, planes in terms of literacy, it's almost not even worth arguing for. Yeah, it's Industrial Light and Magic, right, Cam? Who did this movie? Excuse me. Yeah. It makes it feel more real. Like you look at Avengers and it's like, oh, it's so great, like how all the CGI things happen. But I don't know, the fact that there's something real there, you can feel it. That's why I think Mission Impossible is like a big selling point. It's like, watch Tom Cruise actually do these things. Thanks, dude. Also, who follows me on Instagram? Because I know some people have different YouTube names than Instagram names. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't really catch a word of that. Enzyme, protein, something. I do. Evan, you do what? Yeah, ILM did all this work. Yeah, I mean, when Disney bought Lucasfilm, I knew that the technology that they would get from it would definitely benefit them in the long run. Because they get the Skywalker sound, they get ILM, and they get all the different companies along with Lucasfilm. So that it's not just they get the rights to Star Wars, they get a bunch of other things too. That's why it did cost $4 billion. Oh, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. More spotlight for you. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, only because like I could say one thing and then I could say another thing, and then the comments will be completely out of whack. So that's why I'll ask specific questions if I don't get your comments. Like that spotlight effect is so prominent in this movie. I think it's just okay. So this is it. This is Kualoa Ranch on the island of Oahu, the northeast side, and they have tours going around. And this is where they shot Jumanji. Like, you know, when they have those Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle, all those guys in the motorbikes. That's the hill that they go over. And I think Mike and Jerry, Mike and something need wedding dates. Journey to the Center of the Earth, Kong Skull Island. It was all filmed here. It's like acres and acres and acres of land, and they do these tours, and there's always films being shot here. And, you know, with The Rock being Samoan, you know, he wants to, you know, bring a lot of film productions over to the islands. So, thanks, buddy. So yeah, this log that they hide behind, there's a picture of me, and it's on my Instagram too, if you guys want to check it out. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's still there. Let's I probably don't have it anymore. Or you guys probably won't be able to see it on Instagram. But it's pretty good. I don't know if you guys can see that. Won't focus. Yeah. Yeah. Zach, I don't really know who you are, and I don't really want to know. Okay, Zach. It's fine by me. In my opinion. Thanks, Zach. That's the nicest thing anyone said to me all day. Do I think Jurassic Park follows a 3-act structure? Sure it does. Does it help it or hurt it? I think it helps it that if it has a 3-act structure. Because as soon as you change the structure on a general audience, then they don't think it's familiar. So, I'm joking. Thanks. I am too. Yeah, this movie has a 3-act structure, sure. Gotta love those socks. Those look like really comfortable socks. And is that a Spas 12? I know that from my Call of Duty Black Ops days. But don't blow it. But don't blow a kiss to me, though. Disgusting. Why? All I'm doing is kissing my hand and blowing something to the camera. You're not really here. For those of you guys who have not seen this movie before, even though I'm completely talking over it, what do you guys think of it? Yeah, poor circulation. Tell me about it. I'm 6'8". Being hunted. I don't know you're from Australia. I do now. Oh. Action adventure lady. Woohoo! And this is so B movie. It's so good. It's a bit slow. That's fair. It's not like a big, huge action movie, right? It is kind of like it is Jaws on land, you know? At least that's what Steven Spielberg was kind of going for. Anyways, be right back. And I'll mute my microphone this time, guys. You guys miss me? Alright, I do know. Thanks, Zach. I appreciate it. I don't want you to fall asleep, movie man cave. That's why the sound of piss, draining into a toilet bowl is not going to be the best thing for you right now. But yeah, this part right here is so B-movie. Like, it's just straight from your classic, like, oh no, it's the thing that's going to get me. Ugh. And the park explodes. Also, I hope you guys can come on Thursday for the watch along of Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, and on Sunday for The Matrix. Who You Are, that was a video. Are you talking about a video that I made a long, long time ago saying who is the Brando critic that I used as a channel trailer? Dude, just... This scene genuinely freaked me out the first time I saw it. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Arnold. Yeah, looks just like the ride. Yeah. Oh, like who just apparently there was some deleted scene with Mr. Arnold and some waterfall or him dying with some dinosaur or something like that. Do you have Disney Plus, Sean? They're on there. Or you can just come and hang out. And thank you, Zach. I appreciate that. May I ask which ones in particular? Because I'm just trying to think of like what videos to do from here on out, and like Sean said, do more ranking videos. And he said please, which was very appreciative. Uh, just kidding. I'm always thinking about what reviews do people want to see. I thinking about reviews that I want to do, but then again, it's like you have to make videos that people are going to watch. So it's that balance. All right. Clever girl. And it's cool that they got the fern in there to kind of like block it, What do you mean the COVID-19 does not matter? Not too sure what you mean by that. Just to make people laugh watching bad movies. Yeah, I Thomas the Tank Engine and the Magic Railroad, or Thomas and the Magic Railroad is a film that comes to mind. Snow Dogs. The Love Guru. That'd be a fun one to review. My sister and I used to quote that movie all the time. We watched it again a couple days ago, and I can clearly see how bad it is. But oh man, what a bad movie. It's a joke when you said come over. Gotcha. The room. Yeah, the room. Might be a hard video to rank for. I've watched that movie, Thomas the Tank Engine, The Magic Railroad, so many times as a kid. Like when I was 4 and 5 years old, that's when it came out, right? And for some reason, I just watched it over and over and over. It's a film that's a part of my childhood, but hey. I will say that was pretty Run. Run. And a meme was born. I'm wondering what, like, that thought does pop into my mind sometimes where it's like, you do something stupid on the internet, some stupid face trying to be funny, and it becomes a meme. I came across one Instagram account of some guy, and all he did was like just post like the randomest clips of me. Like I was imitating Pauly Shore. It's Pauly Shore from the Goofy movie where like cheddar, and he just put that clip on his Instagram page, and all his feed was just clips of me. When I wasn't even big, I had like 100 subscribers, and he was just posting the random shit. Like that's one thing I'm realizing when the more subscribers I get, the more weirdos message me on Instagram. Like one guy messaged me saying, thank you for being my best friend. I'm like, oh man, that's I don't know who you are, man. So, oh God, the Love Guru. It's so funny because it's so R word, Oh, gee, I wonder if they're gonna open doors. Yeah, Yeah, it is. Don't you dare do that. That made me scared. He did. Yeah, I refuse to watch cats. I just refuse to. There's no point. Unless I'm on shrooms or something, which I've never done before. But yeah, I just don't want to do that. But like, that's so good. Are these watch-alongs the funnest videos for you to make? Um, I mean, they are fun to do because I'm just talking off the cuff. I'm interacting with you guys, and I mean, you guys seem to enjoy them, so they are fun to do, and it gives me a chance to, you know, talk about the movies as they're happening. And you know, I find that, you know, especially when I was watching Star Wars and getting ready for Rise of Skywalker, I was saying like that's when like the best ideas would come, when they would just come right out of my mouth. You know, sometimes I'll watch a movie when I have a few drinks or if I smoke a little bit, and you know, then you start to see things about the movie in different ways. But I don't know how Instagram or how YouTube would feel about that. You know what I mean? Even though it is legal here, I'm not breaking any laws, but they're fun. They're fun to do, and this is the most people I've had during a watch along. So again, for anyone who's still watching, thank you very much. But then I also found out that people are watching these later on. So, and again, this scene, if you guys have seen War of the Worlds, the 2005 Tom Cruise, Steven Spielberg movie, like when I watched that, which I really do think is a great movie. I really do. You know, it's obviously paying homage to this. You know, it's like subtlety and not being seen. Like there's no giant CGI, just shit flying all over the screen. It's just classic tension. Don't get seen. These things can kill you. Like it's the tension that works, right? You don't need a bunch of like, I think of like Rick McCullum, the producers from the prequels. It's so dense. Every single shot has so many things going on in it. Yeah, exactly. The stop motion tests. Has a Steven Spielberg movie ever had a jump scare? I'm sure they did. In this, they did. Didn't they? How come is these days they just a little weird? I don't know what that means, man. No. There's the pup. Yeah, after this watch along, I'm actually going to be doing another watch along, but it's just me and my girlfriend are going to talk over FaceTime. She's never seen a James Bond movie, and I've been talking like about it so much because I've been doing the ranking videos, I've been doing the montage. Check out my Bond montage, please. I've worked like hours and hours and hours on that one. That one is I'm really happy with it. But we're watching Casino Royale because she's never seen it before, so that should be good. Yeah, that's one I need to see. So also in the chat, I'll ask you guys, would you guys like to hear my to watch list so far? Because if you would, then I can, you know, I'll stay on for another couple 10 minutes afterwards and watch it, or and discuss the movie with you guys, and just discuss movies in general with you guys too. Maine Americans these days are just weird. Maine Americans. You're saying that Americans are weird? Well, I mean, I make fun of Americans because I'm Canadian, but I also make fun of Canadians too. It's a unit system. I know this. This is my fucking shit. All right. Oh, good. Got it right. It's just having a sense of humor about it, you know? I can't get it unless I move. And that's what she said. Does that work? Sure it does. Sure it does. Oh, that's a good shot. Oh man, this technology's so great. Yeah, Timmy. You gotta like, this thing is a mouse, and you gotta be just so careful. Like, yeah. How did you get your woman? How did you get your woman to watch a Bond movie with you now? I've tried with my wife for so many years. Oh man, that's good. I'm sorry, man. You know what? Like, I think it just depends. I don't know your relationship dynamics, so I'm not gonna say anything about that. But all I'm gonna say is that, I think in a partnership, yeah, you take on each other's passions, right? So if your girlfriend loves, reality TV, then I think you should have a slight interest or still be willing to watch reality TV with her. Kind of like how I always love movies, and I wanted to show my girlfriend, like movies outside of her wheelhouse. Like, oh, let's watch Training Day. And she was like mind blown, right? So, well, let's see what she thinks. And she said, let's just watch the one that's the least sexist. Because I showed her some Roger Moore lines, and she really got creeped out by it. So, just the way things go. Don't swear, I'm only 9 years old. Dude, you're on the internet, man. You gotta learn once in a while. And there's just words. Oh, this is a touch your ass park. Booty grab, hello. Man, Alan Grant's an ass man, I swear to God. I can't get my wife to watch the MCU. Divorce? I'm kidding. No, I don't know, like with me, again, I'm not a relationship expert, but I've dated people that have been willing to watch movies that I like, and I've been willing to watch movies that they like. But then I've had also people, like some relationships where they've just been really, really stubborn, right? And I will not watch whatever you want to watch, right? So again, it's a two-way street. I really just hope that, your relationships are not, you're not on an invisible leash. Let's do what I want to do, honey. Yep, okay, you're the woman. I'll do whatever you want, Just, what you guys should do? Just go, all right, babe, you love me, right? And they'll go, yeah. It's like, well, if you love me, you'll watch James Bond with me. And see that shot right there, the POV, zoom in, it's different than anything else in the movie. And then that's Dr. Ellie Sadler's hero shot. That's a great shot, too. I'm not being mean to you, Zach. Swearing is just who I am, right? I'm sorry if that offends you, but just know that I'm not trying to offend anyone in this chat. And look at that. The T-Rex saves the day. And again, another movie magic moment. It's like one of my... like, I know people who... like, will watch whatever their girlfriend wants to watch because that's what the girl wants. And then she will never watch any of his movies. And I think that's kind of tragic. That your girlfriend or your significant other, whether or not you're into guys or girls or whatever the case may be, but your significant other will, like, not watch your favorite movie of all time. They don't have to like it. It's just opinions. But the fact that they, are willing to watch it with you. And this shot. When dinosaurs ruled the earth. Chills. Is a logical fallacy. Isn't that an oxymoron? To be a fallacy and yet be logical? Yeah. Just say, babe, I went to your fucking parents' dinner and that was 5 hours. The least you can do is watch a 2.5 hour movie about James Bond. That'll go over well. Yeah. I guess it just depends on... and just this music too, the piano. Yeah. I had one guy text me and said, yeah, well, my girlfriend won't watch movies with me because she doesn't really like movies, and I love movies, but you know what? I can't really get any other girlfriend, so this is, I guess, the best I can do. Oh, I wanted to slap him. Have some dignity. Have some better sense of worth. Watch the dislike button. Why? Because I told people to get their girlfriends to watch James Bond with them? I'm just saying, you know, if it's something you're really passionate about, I think if someone loves you, they'll give it a try. But that goes the same way too, right? Like my girlfriend loves plants and she loves, you know, gardening and things like that. And I don't really know much about that stuff and I don't really care. Like I didn't care, but you know, I'm still going to take an interest in it and be like, oh, you got this new plant. What does this plant do? What does this mean when you put this plant with this? It's like I'm taking an interest, right? You know? And there we go. Directed by Steven Spielberg. That's Jurassic Park. So, for those of you guys who have not seen this movie, what do you guys think of it? So I'm going to stop it now. Yeah. That one guy, I don't know what you mean by that. Watch the dislike button. Because I'm talking, I don't know what I'm saying that's very offensive or anything like that. But either way, that was Jurassic Park. It's a film that, you know, I didn't watch as a kid. And, you know, I think when I was about 8 years old, I saw it once and I didn't really like it. So it's just like a movie that just kind of came and went. Right? It's like, okay, it's a big movie. I don't really see what the big thing is. But the more I watch it, the more I can really recognize, you know, how fun it is. You know, or how magical it is. Like, and it's a great contrast, right? You got those magical moments, right? Welcome to Jurassic Park. And then you have the real scary moments with the T-Rex. It's a great mix, right? And John Williams' music, the performances, especially by Jeff Goldblum, he's so great. Jurassic Park's a fun ride. So anyways. Hey, I need a movie recommendation for after this watch along. Give me something, not James Bond, though. Okay, Training Day. Boom, done. It's a good one, yeah. I forgot to mention, one of the best spontaneous moments of this movie is Grant trying the seatbelts in together in the helicopter. Not sure if it was improvised or not. Gotcha, that's right. No, I never said that. I said I never pressed any like... I'm not talking about you, dude. Zach, I'm talking about that one guy. The one guy said, watch the dislike button. Look at it. And I don't know if you mean that you're disliking this video or I said something in this video that people will dislike. That's what I'm trying to say. This was fun, dude. I'll try to make it to the Matrix watch along. Dude, thank you so much for coming. And by the way, for all of you guys who came, this was, and I've said this before, this was the most people I've had continuously during a watch along. And, you know, when I started this with just Casino Royale, I thought this would be a fun way, you know, to do a live stream and, you know, have people come in, watch a movie with me and start to understand what I'm really about, you know, to see firsthand what speaks to me in a movie. Okay, gotcha. See, again, sarcasm doesn't really come across in text. So if I misinterpret any jokes, I apologize. But gotcha. You're about to. Yeah, your watch list, please. Yes, it's coming. It's coming. Don't worry. Okay, so you guys want to see a watch list? I feel like I'm on Dora. You guys want to see a watch list? And you just wait. The kids at home go, yeah. Okay, so my watch list. So these are the movie review requests. So these are from comments on all my videos, and these were all the reviews that you guys wanted to see. So, I'm not listening, mate. I said I never ever plus I said I never ever press the dislike button. You didn't hear me. I did hear you. I wasn't referring to you, Zach. I appreciate that you didn't hit the like button. But either way. So here are the requests. And again, which one should I do first? I have little marks to the ones that, you know, might be good to rank for. 7. Black Swan. A League of Their Own. The Grizzlies, which is a Canadian movie, and my best review on my channel in terms of views is Indian Horse, a Canadian film, so That might be good for the YouTube algorithm. A Bridge Too Far, Battle of the Bulge, Patton, The Deer Hunter. The Deer Hunter, according to YouTube analytics, is a film that people are really searching for, but it's not a film that has a lot of videos on it, so that might be a good one to choose. We have The Killing Fields, Kelly's Heroes, Cross of Iron, Akira. That one I think I'd like a lot. Goodfellas, I've seen Goodfellas, and I've seen Casino, but people did want me to review them, so I put them on the list. King Kong, that's the 2005 version. I haven't seen that. All these movies I haven't seen except for those two. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Brian, I still haven't gotten your copy yet. I think maybe it arrived at my work during the crisis or during the COVID thing, so it might still be there. Either way, The Day After Tomorrow, Walk the Line, Escape from New York, Escape from LA, They Live. Escape from New York and They Live would be good for the YouTube algorithm too. Halloween, The Thing, The Fog. I've seen these two movies. I've seen Big Trouble in Little China. I've seen Avatar, and I've seen Aliens, but I have had requests for them. The Abyss, I've never seen that. I have seen True Lies, but someone wanted me to review that. Yeah, I've seen Casino. Slightly partial to No Country for Old Men. Oh, right, I think I just missed one. I went to see The Matrix in the theater and got turned away. Underage at the time. Had to see 10 Things I Hate About You instead. That's a pretty good movie, too, though. I like Matrix more, but anyways. Spring Breakers, Varsity Blues. I believe that was from you, Heidi. Her, No Country for Old Men, which I've seen once, but I was 13 and my girlfriend broke up with me at that time, so I was not in a good mood to watch him film. I don't normally bring in my own personal moods into movie viewings anymore. You shouldn't. Watchmen. I know I haven't seen that one yet. Don't shoot me. The Quest for Camelot. I have seen Raiders of the Lost Ark. And Far Away. Or is it Far and Away? Far Away. So then, those are just the review requests. Then I also wanted to do a video for my favorite movies of each year that I've been alive, and go through, like, okay, I was born in 95, what happened that year, you know, Michael Jordan, you know, came back from baseball, and this happened, but my favorite movie of the year is not Toy Story, is not this, but it's Braveheart, and then go into that for a little bit, and then go to 1996. But I didn't want to do that video without seeing these movies. So these are the ones I have not seen. Trainspotting, As Good as It Gets, Life is Beautiful, The Thin Red Line, Blade, The Big Lebowski, Pleasantville, Three Kings, Boys Don't Cry, Eyes Wide Shut, The Talented Mr. Ripley, Magnolia, The Green Mile, Memento, Snatch, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, A Beautiful Mind, City of God, the Brazilian movie, The Pianist. I have seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding, but I haven't seen it in ages. Lost in Translation, I, Robot, The Day After Tomorrow, $1 Million Baby, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, sorry, King Kong, Sin City, I have seen this one, but not since it came out, Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit, Munich, Brokeback Mountain, Walk the Line, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Pan's Labyrinth, sorry guys, Letters from Iwo Jima. I'm just hearing people, you know, I can sense, this guy's a movie critic and on YouTube and he still hasn't seen this movie. Get this fucking kid out of here. No Country for Old Men. I have seen it. There Will Be Blood. I need to Sharpie that out because I saw that 2 nights ago. So here comes the red Sharpie. There Will Be Blood. Done. Nice. Tropic Thunder. Gran Torino. I've seen most of Gran Torino, but I don't remember it. The Wrestler. The Blind Side. Milk. Sherlock Holmes, Watchmen, Invictus, Black Swan, Hugo, Warrior, The Artist, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Life of Pi, Lincoln, Silver Linings Playbook, I'm going to say this on live, Prisoners, Spotlight, Arrival, Moonlight, Manchester by the Sea, Silence, and The Disaster Artist. But here come the big one. And literally I have like 6 or 7 or 8 more pages full. So I'm going to read some comments. And if you guys really want me to go through all these, I still have a little bit of time. Then I can go through them. If not, then just say we're good. So I'm just going to read some of these comments here. So yeah. Akira is so sick. Dude, I can't wait to see it. Dude, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is a must. I need to see that too. Her is good, but it turns great if you like Joaquin Phoenix. So if you like the dude, you'll like the movie more. Okay, fair enough. Far and Away. That's what I thought. I was like, Far Away? That doesn't sound right. So I miswrote it. Her is one of the favorite movies of 2013. Add The Fifth Element to the list, please. Okay, I'll do that. Fifth Element. Movie reviews. I did this in red pen. I can't see it. Oh, there it is. All right. Far and Away. Yeah, that's right. And then I'll write... Yeah, which one is it? Fifth Element. Got it. Fifth Element. Done. All right. The Pianist is so good. Oh, Big Lebowski is a must-see. I have seen The Big Lebowski, but I just didn't get it. And I was maybe 15 when I saw it. Again, during that time when I was like, oh, I'm a film buff, but I was really a big film snob, and I didn't go to film school yet. I didn't open my mind. I was very closed off. So I do think with another chance, I'm gonna really enjoy it. So iRobot is great too. Don't waste your time with Sherlock Holmes. See, that's the thing. I've heard people say that knowing you, Brandon, you would love Sherlock Holmes. So who knows? Hey man, what's going on, Tony? The Disaster Artist is amazing. Yeah, Sherlock is awful. Couldn't even finish it. Okay, well, there's two people now who say that that's terrible. Manchester by the Sea is depressing as fuck. Couldn't get through it. That's what my sister said. She's like, it's just a cry fest. I still wish I had a massive watch list as you do. I've watched... Oh, that's just... Those ones are just for finishing a video, and then the other one is just like review requests. Right? I have a whole other list of movies that I still need to see, and like they go back to like the 40s, right? Where it's like, okay, if I'm going to be talking about film on YouTube, I should probably see all these movies, right? Films that were so vital to, cinema and, American cinema at least, right? And still, there's still foreign films that we still haven't seen. Like I did a whole class on world cinema, and it's like we watched this Israeli film from the 40s, and it was so good. And it's like, Jesus Christ, if you really want to see like all that film has to offer, like you need 100 years, right? Yeah, Sherlock is awful. I couldn't even finish it, right? Please do Hugo, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Akira. Have you seen Pink Floyd The Wall? I recommended Head Forward to you, and you mentioned it during your Hercules review, but the artist who did The Wall did The Yard for Hercules. I'm sure I get what you mean. I've not seen The Wall. Have you seen any Hitchcock films? Zach, why are you sorry, man? Have you seen any Hitchcock films? I have. I must have. But you know what, though? I probably might just list all of Hitchcock's films in this great movies. So this is the list that I just created a couple weeks ago based on a big movie. I have seen A Truman Show. Truman Show is great. Would you guys like to see... So I have a whole book called 100 Years of Films, and it goes through all the different genres. Then I have the book 501 Must-See Movies Before You Die. A lot of that is scratched out, but I do have quite a few of those. Anyways. Yeah. I'm sorry, Zach, that you're so sad, but anyways. I'm just going to go through this list, and then as soon as a film comes up that you've seen and I should watch, give me a check mark or give me a... hey guys, or hey Brando, you should probably check that out. So, A Night at the Opera, Duck Soup, A Fish Called Wanda, The Pink Panther, the old one, not the Steve Martin one, Blazing Saddles, Ace Ventura Pet Detective, Some Like It Hot, The 7-Year Itch, The Apartment, What's Up Doc, Manhattan, Annie Hall, Naked Gun, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, The Producers, Young Frankenstein, The Elephant Man, The Fly, Old School, The Blues Brothers, Porky's, The Royal Tenenbaums, Natural Born Killers, From Dusk Till Dawn, Sin City, Grindhouse, The Mask of Zorro, the old one, not the Antonio Banderas one, Robin Hood, the old one, the one before the Douglas Fairbanks one, The Thief of Baghdad, again, this is like silent film era, Jason and the Argonauts, The Golden Voyage of Sinbad, The Adventures of Robin Hood, Bullet, The Towering Inferno, Clash of the Titans, not the Sam Worthington one, the old one. Stagecoach, Ben-Hur, the old one. High Noon, The Wild Bunch, Dances with Wolves, Unforgiven, The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Henry Ford, Shane, Cliffhanger, 127 Hours, Speed, The Searchers, The Seven Samurai, The Magnificent Seven, not the Denzel Washington one, the old one, A Fistful of Dollars, Enter the Dragon, The Karate Kid. I've seen The Karate Kid, by the way. Oops. I've seen The Karate Kid. It's just been a very, 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 very long time. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Romancing the Stone, The Planet of the Apes, the original, Time Bandits, Total Recall. Yeah, I know, I haven't seen that one. The original, the Arnold Schwarzenegger one. Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior, and Mad Max 3, Thunderdome, or Beyond Thunderdome. All right, I'm getting a lot of comments. This is good. I'll look at them in a minute. Gone with the Wind, Dr. Zhivago, Out of Africa, The English Patient, Sunset Boulevard, The African Queen, Brokeback Mountain, Four Weddings and a Funeral, Amelie, Thelma and Louise, The Jazz Singer, Oklahoma, South Pacific, Amadeus, Lawrence of Arabia, Midnight Cowboy, sorry guys, Taxi Driver, and then here goes with Alfred Hitchcock. Psycho. You know, when someone asks me that question, I should say yes. And the fact that I'm not saying yes because I got to think about it is a problem, which will be fixed. The Great Escape, which I really think I'm going to like. On the Waterfront, Funny Girl, Chicago, Black Swan, Top Hat, Singing in the Rain, for someone who loves Mary Poppins and not seeing Singing in the Rain, sorry for the voice crack, Puberty, 25 years old and still going strong. West Side Story, The King and I, Jailhouse Rock, A Hard Day's Night. All right, I'm seeing, yeah, Zach Weiss was saying, getting into Criterion titles lately. There's a lot of cool obscure titles. Yeah, I always love going into those things. I Feel Blood, didn't mean to be silly. That's okay. Pink Panther, Blazing Saddles, Pet Detective, yeah, haha, Ace Ventura for sure. I don't know what the appeal of Ace Ventura is, I couldn't finish it. Uh-oh, someone with a hot take here. Haven't seen it either. Something Like It Hot is good, but obviously very old. Just because something's old doesn't mean it's still not entertaining. Like, I watched Breakfast at Tiffany's a couple years ago. It's still super entertaining. The old James Bond films, you know, like Mary Poppins is still great. The old 40s Disney films. You know, I think like one of my friends, he won't watch an old movie, and he thinks an old movie is anything like prior to 2005, and he just won't watch anything past that, which is I think a real shame. But anyways, Ben-Hur is really good too. Definitely See From Dusk Till Dawn, that's good. Dances with Wolves is boring, but I know many people like it. Oh my god, Assassination of the Jesse James, fucking amazing cinematography, sweet. Mad Max are must watches for me, one of my favorite franchises ever, nice. Road Warrior, yeah, the fact that you have to say original after almost ever of these, it specifies how many remakes are made nowadays. I really hope the remake train kind of dies off. I really do. Lawrence of Arabia was Spielberg's first movie theater experience. FYI, he raves about it. That's pretty cool. Taxi Driver's on Netflix. Well, see ya. I think you spelled see ya wrong, buddy. Yeah, American Netflix and Canadian Netflix are very, very different. Anyways, let's keep going, because I got more. And then after this list, I'll talk to you guys for a little bit, and then I'll leave. So don't worry. Woodstock, Yankee Doodle Dandy. I had Ray on here, the Jamie Foxx one, but I watched that a couple nights ago. I'm contemplating doing a review for it, but I find with music biopics, I'm finding it really hard to find out what to say about it. I'm going to go 8:30. I'll say that's my cutoff while I talk until 9:45. Walk the Line, Fame, the original, Rebel Without a Cause, Gangster Number 1, I think that's the British one, Chinatown, The Talented Mr. Ripley, Barton Fink, Strangers on a Train, Double Indemnity. I had to watch that in screenplay class a little bit. Yeah, oh god. Yeah, sorry. Citizen Kane, yep, that one. Night of the Living Dead, Eraserhead, Eyes Wide Shut, LA Confidential, Blue Velvet, Mulholland Drive, The Italian Job, Deliverance, No Country for Old Men. I've seen it. I need to see it again in proper emotional steadiness, I guess. Don't know the right word to use. North by Northwest, Rear Window, Vertigo. See, there's some Hitchcock movies. Bonnie and Clyde, Point Blank, Get Carter, Dog Day Afternoon, Dirty Harry, 12 Angry Men, The Godfather Part 2, Jaws, The Day After Tomorrow. I know, I'm really just destroying my credibility as a film critic, right? The Day After Tomorrow, Mean Streets, City of God, Cool Hand Luke, Escape from New York, Dead Man Walking, The Green Mile, Seven, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Apocalypto. Yeah, that book had Apocalypto in it, which was a little strange. Then you have, where am I? There it is. The Ten Commandments, Spartacus. I have seen this movie, but I want to watch it again. Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Monty Python's Life of Brian, Gandhi, Malcolm X, The Last Emperor, Once Upon a Time in the West, The Outlaw Josie Wales, Schindler's List, Sophie's Choice, Life is Beautiful, The Pianist, The Reader, Paths of Glory, Henry V, or Henry V, if you want to call it that, Glory, Ride with the Devil, Cold Mountain, The Bridge on the River Kwai, Nixon, The Deer Hunter, Patton, The Thin Red Line, Raising Arizona, Labyrinth, Pan's Labyrinth, Bedknobs and Broomsticks. I don't know how I haven't seen that movie. And I don't know how I have not seen this movie either. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Donnie Darko, Gremlins, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, The Never-Ending Story, The Golden Compass, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Bram Stoker's Dracula, Gattaca, The Road, King Kong, the original. I've seen it, but I want to watch it again because I haven't seen the 2005 one. The Bridge of Frankenstein, The Bride of Frankenstein, The Fly, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Halloween, and I'm almost done. Last page, half a page. A Nightmare on Elm Street, Carrie, Night of the Living Dead, 28 Days Later, The Right Stuff, AI Artificial Intelligence, A Clockwork Orange, The Graduate, Fatal Attraction, Philadelphia, Stand By Me, Trainspotting, Easy Rider, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Raging Bull, The Color of Money, and Do the Right Thing. So that is my newest list. I still have a lot more. A lot of these films definitely do, overlap. Actually, this is an old version of the same list. It's just old stuff. But anyways. Alright, let's see what I missed. Yeah, okay, gotta go see, there we go. Remakes for movies are getting real old. Yeah, I definitely think that. You should do more rants. During this quarantine time, I've been reading a lot about spirituality. Actually, if you guys are feeling stressed during this time, this video is definitely not sponsored, by the way. The Untethered Soul, The Journey Beyond Yourself by Michael A. Singer will change your life. Literally, every single chapter I read this, it feels like a part of me is completely changed forever. And yes, I am using a Pokemon card as a bookmark. And honestly, after reading that, I don't get very angry anymore. I really don't. I just learn to take things in stride. But yeah, do more rants. Those can be fun once in a while, just to be caught in low vibration and go into those kind of things. But yeah. Okay, gotta go see ya. You've said that a couple times there, Zach. I don't know if you're still here. Yeah, please see Jaws soon, dude. Surprised you didn't have to watch 12 Angry Men for screenwriting class. Yeah, I didn't have to watch it for screenwriting class. We watched, what's that John Cusack movie in the 80s? The Sure Thing. We had to watch that one. We watched a bit of The Matrix. We've had to study a bunch of other films. We did in directing class. We watched we studied American Beauty a lot, which is awesome. Apocalypto is incredible. One of my favorites. That's great. How about Apocalypse Now for a watch along? Interesting. Maybe. Would you be willing to watch some of the best ever Finnish movies? They have subtitles nowadays. Would you be completely a new cultural experience for you? That is true. Send them my way. Follow me on Instagram at BrandoCritic. Send me some. Philadelphia is such an underrated gem. Is it underrated though? I think it depends on who you ask. Like I asked my dad, one of the best performances you've ever seen. He goes, Tom Hanks in Philadelphia. So, again, I think if a movie wins who knows? That's true. Philadelphia. Opinion on an Indiana Jones 5. Also, hey, great to see you. Great to see you too. Indiana Jones 5. I have a whole video on this. I'm excited that James Mangold is coming in because what he did with Logan, what he did with Ford versus Ferrari, and what he did with 310 to Yuma, I think he is the perfect man for the job if they are going to do an Indiana Jones 5. And I have this hot take, but I will beat this drum until I die, and I know a lot of people disagree with it, but I always thought that Indiana Jones should have gone the route of James Bond. Have an adventure be the main selling point of the story, and then have Indiana Jones be replaced by various actors throughout the time. That way, you can create as many stories as you want. But some people go, well, Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones. Well, I'm like, you know what? I'm sure a lot of people were saying that about Sean Connery too. But then you had George Lazenby, and you had Roger Moore, and you had Timothy Dalton, and the franchise survived. Because I don't think that I think the role of James Bond is bigger than the actor who plays him, and I think the role of Indiana Jones can also be bigger than than the actor who plays him, because people will say, well, you got to have the hat, and you got to have the whip, he's got to have the jacket, he's got to have this. So the character is not the character is the costume, right? So, and what if I told you, okay, we're going to have a movie about Indiana Jones in an old age home, right? And it's going to be a real dark kind of movie about, the psychological effects of all these adventures and all this brain damage, but it will have Harrison Ford, will be the same character. People would be like, I don't want to watch that movie, I want to watch adventure. The adventure is more of a selling point than the character of Indiana Jones, much like how the Fast and Furious movies, no one actually goes to see, oh, what a deep, it's all about family. No one gives a shit. People want to see fast cars. Like, imagine Fast and Furious, we're all going to be in a Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, and Dom is like obsessed with racing, and he has an interventions, and now it's going to be those characters talking about how they can't race anymore. No one's going to want to watch it. The adventure in those movies are more important than the characters. So that's my take on Indiana Jones. Like, I could see Chris Pratt doing it, I could see Bradley Cooper doing it, I could see a lot of other actors playing Indiana Jones and just having a different actor, play the role and just continue on the story. So, who would you like to see India if you were... Oh, yeah. They should remake Indiana Jones or just make a lot more sense. Yeah. Not even like remake. Just, same with James Bond. Just get a different actor for it. Chris Pratt would be good. I think Bradley Cooper could do it. I think that would be an actor that is a little outside the box. Because, he's done action before. But I think he could, bring kind of that ruggedness to it. So, yes, happy... Alden Ehrenreich would be a good Indy. I've actually thought about that. Like, the guy who plays young Indiana Jones would also play young Han Solo. That would be really, really great. So anyways, I'm going to give you guys about a couple more minutes to ask any questions. And that's my, recent superhero list. Not superhero list. You Freuded me, Benjamin. But anyways, yeah. I think Indiana Jones would be a great... series to continue with different actors. But anyways, in terms of Jurassic Park, the movie that we just talked about, or we just watched, I always say this, I like the movie. It doesn't have that nostalgic factor for me, and I still think that, there are other movies that I really do love, and I can't say that I love Jurassic Park. I really do enjoy watching the movie. But I love the world that Jurassic Park has created. Right? It's, the theme park idea of Jurassic Park. The logo, this logo is so classic, right? That poster is so iconic. And, the hype around the movie and the hype around dinosaurs at the time. And I know I was just born at that time, but I distinctly remember, Jurassic Park 2 coming out and everyone talking about dinosaurs, right? And like, I had dinosaur toys growing up. I had Phantom Menace toys because those were just the films that were coming out at that time, right? So I definitely still remember that love of dinosaurs. And, like, the music is just so magical. And, there's so many iconic moments in Jurassic Park. Like, the lines, now that is one big pile of shit. I don't know why I thought of that one. But, the characters are memorable. The costumes are memorable. Like, people will dress up like the characters from Jurassic Park. And, like... the dinosaurs are memorable. Even like the trucks or like the Jeeps, it's such an iconic movie and such a staple in pop culture that you want to be a part of it. And I think I gravitate more towards that, an experience. Jurassic Park, the whole aura and the energy field around that. I know that sounds like I'm talking like a hippie, but I enjoyed that than the actual movie. But even watching the movie, it's still a fun ride. Yeah. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if James Mangold killed off Indiana Jones. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Favorite alien invasion movie? I don't know why I thought of Independence Day, because that's definitely not it. I like War of the Worlds. And maybe it's just because I haven't seen that many other, really, big, popular alien invasion movies off the top of my head. Like, I know Arrival is one that people really do enjoy, but I haven't seen it. Alien invasion movies. Let me just Google that just to refresh my memory. It's always questions off the top of my head, which are like, oh, crap. But you know what? That's why I do live streams. War Horse, The Color Purple, Jurassic Park, E.T., Raiders of the Lost Ark. Interesting. Never seen War Horse, and I've never seen The Color Purple. Spielberg. Yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark, for sure. Sorry, I'm just going to text the girlfriend. Alien invasion movies. Top 5 Spielberg. Raiders of the Lost Ark I'll put on there. I'll put on E.T. Minority Report's got to be on there. Minority Report's really good. Ready Player One is really good too. I haven't seen Jaws and I haven't seen Schindler's List, but oh my god, since my computer's going live, all other YouTube or Google searches are going really, really slow. I'll call you in 10. Yep. All right. So the girlfriend's got 10 minutes. I have seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It was a long time ago. I wasn't a big fan of it when I saw it when I was like 9. But then again, alien invasion movies. The World's End is pretty good. Does that count? Okay, alien invasions in films. Interesting. Let's go. But yeah, top 5 Spielberg. I'd go, Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T., Ready Player One, Minority Report, Jurassic Park. Off the top of my head, in no particular order. Yeah, favorite alien invasion movie. I'm just loading them up right now. Let's see. I liked Independence Day as a kid, The Avengers. I don't know if Avengers really counts as alien invasion. Sure, it's like calling Phantom Menace a slavery movie. It's like, sure it is. It has it in it, but really, all right, let's see. Battle Los Angeles. That's a fun one. That's a terrible movie. Chicken Little. Cowboys and Aliens, actually, that movie has it has a schlocky title, but it doesn't have a schlocky approach to the story. I really did enjoy Cowboys and Aliens. That would be one that I'd like to go back for. What I use for a Blu-ray player, I use my PS4. That's what I use for my Blu-rays. Let's see here. Darkest Hour, Day the Earth Stood Still. I haven't seen that. Edge of Tomorrow. That's a good alien invasion movie. That might be my favorite so far. Man of Steel. Yeah, right. That, you know what? That's, I think the most shit I ever get into, on YouTube, is from DC fans. I don't know what it is. I don't say that I don't like DC. I just don't like their films. But you know what? If a new DC movie comes along with great reviews, I'm still gonna go watch it, and I wanna like it. But some people always do the us versus them mentality, and I feel like if people watch the news a lot, it's kind of hard to not be in that, right? Cloverfield, that's a good one. Edge of Tomorrow is so good. Can't wait for the sequel. Yeah, I really hope that the sequel does come. Also, if you guys have not left a like on this video, please do. And I really do appreciate all of you guys staying here. And I've said that a couple times, but I do really want to preface by saying thanks. All right, so what do we got here? Godzilla versus... okay, yeah, sure. All those ones. The Host, I haven't seen that. Independence Day, sure. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, yeah. Justice League, does that count as a alien invasion movie? Mars Attacks, Mars Needs Moms. I've heard Mars Attacks is actually pretty fun. I've never seen Monsters vs. Aliens. Pacific Rim, yeah. Oblivion I didn't mind. It's a competent movie, but it's taken from everything else. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Why does I have that there? Superman 2, you know what? That's a series I need to watch. I've seen Superman 1 quite a few times as a kid, but I've never seen any of the sequels. Transformers, you know what? The first Transformers movie, the Michael Bay movie, I actually do enjoy, but I do think it's because it came out at literally the perfect time. It was right when I was graduating elementary school and going into high school. I was 12 years old. You're just, going through puberty. You're going into, what's a movie that a 12-year-old kid with raging hormones wants to see? Or at least, he's starting to get those hormones. Well, he wants to see a movie with big action, edgier humor, right? You think that the masturbation joke is the funniest thing in the world. And of course, Megan Fox is super hot, right? And you want to see explosions and cars. As a 12-year-old kid, that is the best movie ever, right? And I can still look back on my days of watching Transformers 1. The sequels are terrible. Bumblebee is really good. I really do think that. Yeah. Do you think Blu-rays are dead? I have one 4K Blu-ray, but not a 4K TV or player. Well, you know what? I don't really pay attention to that stuff. It might be dead. I'm seeing, in Best Buy, 4Ks come in and Blu-rays kind of finding their way out. But honestly, out of the people I know personally, I don't know anyone who has a 4K player, right? The only people I know who are super 4K are you guys, right? Of course I'd love to see movies in 4K, but, financially at this time, I'm saving up for a house in one of the most expensive cities in the world for real estate. So, saving up for that first. If the YouTube career takes off, and I don't have to work at a film studio anymore, which I do enjoy doing, I'm staying in the industry, then I think it would be fun to, have a video series, upgrading my Blu-ray collection to 4K. I think that'd be really, really great. But it would probably only be from super chat donations and, ad revenue. I think that'd be a fun incentive to get people to keep watching. Hey guys, if you donate, it would be going towards these videos. And again, I wouldn't require people to do that. I definitely don't think, if people want to send money, of course I'd take it. And of course I'd be very, very grateful, but I don't like, saying, well, you gotta pay. If you want to be a super fan, then definitely give me a super chat and pay your own money. You don't have to do that, guys. But, out of ad revenue, it'd be kind of fun to go all right, guys, it's an incentive for you guys to watch more videos. Therefore the videos do better, and then we can make a whole video series, upgrading the entire Blu-ray collection to 4K. That'd be a fun video series to do. Anyways, Starship Troopers 1997. I have seen it. I've not reviewed it, but I have seen it. It's a very thought-provoking movie. It's very smart. Have you seen Mars Attacks? I asked that earlier, but you didn't answer. Oh, did I? Oh, sorry. I didn't appreciate that. Whoa. Okay, someone just put in... I honestly didn't expect you guys to do that. Gavin. Dude, you are the man. Okay? You're the man. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate that. So, wow. I was just saying that just as a hypothetical. And, dude, that's the first time anyone has given me... Yeah, it's just kind of weird. When you're sitting in front of your camera just talking about a movie about Jurassic Park and, it's just text, right? And it's kind of hard to, personify just text coming up on screen. But dude, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. It just took me a second to go back. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Dude, if I had alcohol here, I'd cheers you. If I had liquid in this thing, I'd cheers you. But dude, you deserve it. Gavin, you're the man. Don't let anyone tell you different. The Day the Earth Stood Still, the original from the 50s. That's a good alien movie. Gotcha. Yeah, of course, the remake with Keanu. The remake with Keanu Reeves was filmed at my film school. Believe it or not. Dude, Movie Massacre. You're the man. Holy crap. Dude, I really, really appreciate that. You guys don't have to do that, right? But holy crap, I'm touched. Thank you so much, dude. I'm sending you guys all the positive energy. All the positive energy I'm sending to you guys. Hopefully you guys can get that and receive it, and hopefully the universe pays you back. Yeah, you're what, 25 years old? Very financially responsible, you man. Good luck with the house. Thanks, man. You know, like I'm living with my parents' place right now, and some people might go like, "Oh, you're still living with your parents' place at 25?" You know, a small apartment in downtown Vancouver will cost you 1 million Canadian dollars. 1 million Canadian dollars, which I guess would be 750,000 in American, I think. But either way, it's that's downtown Vancouver, which is like, you know, Ryan Reynolds' penthouse, which he's from Vancouver too. But you know, like more of the suburbs, New Westminster, Richmond, Burnaby. If you guys know anything about Lower Mainland Vancouver real estate, it's tough to get into. But yeah, my girlfriend's gonna call me any minute, so if I leave, you know, I'm just gonna say, all right, guys, thank you. So before I just up and leave, thank you guys so much. Gavin to go, Movie Man Cave. Thank you so much for the donations, dude. Like, holy crap. I can't thank you guys enough. And for everyone else who stayed along for the watch along, thank you guys so much. These are a ton of fun. You know, I want to do these things more often. It gives me a chance to, you know, interact with you guys. It gives me a chance to talk about films that are just, you know, off the cuff. And it gives me an opportunity to show how much of a, you know, how many films I haven't seen yet, right? But anyways, thank you guys so much. And, you know, during this quarantine time, like, you know, I've been pretty good at keeping myself like high spirits. Some days are harder than others, right? You know, like I can't see my girlfriend right now. You know, so we're quarantining apart, and you know, I'm obviously not working at the moment, but I am still getting paid. So, you know, if my film studio is watching, thank you guys. You know, the Canadian government's helping us out a lot, so thank you so much for that. But also, train of thought just totally went away. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know, I hope that, you know, my videos have been kind of inspiring you guys to, you know, check out movies that you may have never checked out before, right? You know, like I was watching an interview with some other YouTubers. Like I think the guy at Movies does YouTuber interviews, and I was watching one guy talk and, you know, talking about how the quarantine's going. But I just want to hope you guys, I'm just getting my FaceTime now. But anyways, hope my videos are giving you guys something to look forward to during this quarantine. Thank you guys so much. I can't thank you enough. You guys are all awesome. See you in the next watch along. Hello. There it is.
How was your live stream?
Oh, I'm just ending.